Okay, so I had an incredible week when I went to London for Stampex in late September. It was a week of intense philatelic adventure. So I just want to share some of my experiences with you during that week, as well as some of the items I picked up along the way on this very short episode of #Philately. I just realized that this is the 20th or 21st episode of #Philately, which is quite exciting because exploring stamp seasons are typically 20 episodes long. Maybe I should have done something a little more special for the 20th or this episode. Let's wait until the 100th episode, if I make it that far, to do something special. But yeah, I'll put all those episodes in a playlist if I haven't already done so. So you can check them out from episode 1 all the way through this episode and beyond. Thank you everyone for participating in this adventure with me. Now, talking about Stampex, I went to Stampex in London from the 29th of September to the 2nd of October. Stampex is the best. There was so much to see and do there, and I know what you're thinking. Yes, I had a lot of airline credits from the flights that were cancelled in 2020 that I needed to use up, so I was able to go and use those, and Laura had a great time as well. Considering the circumstances of the stamp show, with international travel being restricted, the UK going through a petrol crisis, and the requirement to have vaccines to get in the doors, I thought the attendance was pretty impressive. There were actually times where it was seemingly busy, with the dealer booths buzzing and people exploring the exhibits. There were several happenings in the Spink Auditorium. I was just impressed. On the final day that I was there, I was doing Instagram stories, sharing my experience with my Instagram followers. Hey everyone, I'm at Stampex today. Today's the last day of Stampex. It's beautiful London weather. Check it out. Found Suzanne.
Hi!
Right at the door. What time is Stampex open till today?
5 p.m.
This is where Laura hides, up by the cafeteria on the 2nd floor. It's a pretty cool place. If you haven't already seen those, I'll leave the link to the Instagram story highlights so that you can go ahead and experience that Saturday with me as well. But if you want to see a really good video of somebody experiencing Stampex for the first time, check out Richard Philatelist's video, where he does a really great job of walking us through the event, and maybe I will make an appearance in it. So check that out. I'll leave that video link in the description below. I met so many cool people at Stampex. Some of you that actually watched the channel were very kind and came and greeted me. Some of you shared with me what you collect, what you were looking to achieve at the stamp show. It was just really great to meet you. Thank you. And Laura and I also bumped into Samuel West, who was of course perusing the stands and looking for more items for his collection. So it was great to meet him in person. Of course, you'll remember Samuel West from one of the episodes of this series, where he actually spoke to us about his collection interests and visiting Stampex. Check out my Stampex hoodie that the PTS gave me while I was there. That's pretty cool. It's my new favorite hoodie, I think. Okay, one of the experiences I had while I was there on an earlier day of Stampex was checking out the incredible items that were being auctioned by David Feltman. This is the Imperium collection of British Guiana. You probably can't see that. Let's put this here. So at the time, this was an upcoming auction. The auction's probably already happened now. It was the 14th of October. And there were some, like I said, incredible items that I got to see and actually touch in person. This collection of items is almost the entirety of the Johnny E. DuPont collection. And you'll know Johnny DuPont is the guy that had the magenta, the guy who also famously shot dead the US Olympic wrestler. And then he was in prison where he died, and then they made a movie out of it. Yeah, that guy. Anyway, I was mesmerized by some of the rarities that I was actually able to see in person. I was also impressed by the auction catalog, because it's like a encyclopedia on its own. It's hardcover, glossy pages, and a lot of information. It's totally bookshelf worthy. But this isn't an advert for David Feltman. It's just, I'm very impressed with what I was able to see there and their catalog, and I can spend hours going through this catalog, just reading up on all the items. But besides just looking at some of the cousins of the magenta, for example, the provisional stamps, one of the things that really caught my attention was the British Guiana cotton reel stamps. The British Guiana cotton reels were issued in 1850 and look like the end of a cotton reel that has been inked. They're circular stamps that are quite crude in appearance. And there's only supposed to be a handful of them out there, primarily issued for domestic use, I believe. I could be wrong in all of this, and this isn't an official episode dedicated to these things, so I have to clearly learn a lot more. As I said, they are quite rare, and I was actually able to hold them. An absolute joy to see them up close in person. One particular one that's on a cover is quite famous and is said to be worth quite a bit of money, between $400,000 and $600,000. Now, this cover is known as the 2 cents error on cover because it features a stamp that is missing a 1. It's supposed to be 12 cents. It's missing the 1 and just says 2 cents on it. Kind of looks like a 8 or an S. But apparently it's a 2. It's great to even hold an item like this. You can see that Ferrari's trefoil, his signature, is on the front of the cover in the corner, bottom right. And one of the reasons why I get excited about this is because when I was a kid growing up, I had a book, Collecting Stamps, A Beginner's Guide for South Africans by Penelope Forrest. Yeah, I know, it's a very specific audience, and I was a beginner in South Africa at the time, but one of the pages was about rare stamps that I think I'm checking off of my list of stamps to see in person. I mean, it's got the British Guiana 1 cent magenta, Post Office Mauritius, which I actually did get to see while I was on this trip, but that'll be coming up soon. And cotton reels, where I remember reading up about them, the circular stamps issued by British Guiana in 1850, which looked like the label on the end of a reel of thread. Anyway, I get excited about this stuff because, you know, you grow up seeing these items illustrated in a book, and you don't really think you'll be able to see them in person, and here I was actually holding them. So it was a really great experience, as I said. Okay, but I totally did not buy anything like that, of course. My budget was a little bit smaller, but still I got a couple of cool items that I'll show you. One such item was a penny black that I was looking for. I wanted one with really great margins, and for fun, I wanted to actually give it to my wife with her initials, LB. And getting penny blacks as a gift for somebody with their initials is a pretty popular thing to do. So I had visited the stand, BB Stamps, while I was at Stampex, and I captured this through an Instagram story. This is the stand where you would get a penny black. What is it, BB Stamps Limited? Isabel, is this where you get a penny black?
This is where you get a penny black from Brian. BB Stamps.
BB Stamps. So I'm looking to get a penny black, please. And it's going to be LB initials for my wife. Is that possible?
Yes.
All right, let's see what we can find.
Alright.
So we're looking for L?
Yeah. So, like I say, I've got thousands. It's LB. So they're all LB, plate 1Bs.
Jeez.
I've got a book for every plate.
Book for every plate?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So one of the things we were just talking about, Isabel, is that the letters, of course, go A to T for first names and A to L for last names. So if your name is Zachary, for instance, you cannot get a penny black with your initials.
That's really true.
Which is unfortunate, but
you're okay, Graham.
I'm okay, and you're okay.
Well.
You're okay, so we can get penny blacks.
Get shopping.
I had a really great buying experience from BB Stamps, so I'll leave their link in the video description so you can check them out as well. Oh, and Laura completely loves the stamp. She thought it was a wonderful gesture. So yeah, that was a win at Stampex. Also, I picked up something else that I'm particularly excited to explore with you, a Mulready cover. Now, I got this from the Mulready philatelic stand at Stampex. Of course, their link will also be in the description, but the dealer, Robin, was teaching me a bit about Mulreadys, and this is another fascinating area related to the penny postal reform and something that I have not explored at all. So basically, Mulready stationery was produced and made available at the same time as the penny black. A well-known artist named William Mulready was commissioned to do the artwork for envelopes and letter sheets. These were an alternative to actually purchasing a stamp, a penny black. You can see 1 penny written here. There was also a 2 penny or tuppenny version as well. And the envelope was cancelled with a Maltese cross when going through the postal system. The art features Britannia and a lion in the center, and then illustrations on either side that represent the continents of Asia and North America, I believe, with people reading mail at the bottom of the envelope. So it's prepaid postage. You would just address the envelope without a stamp and it was good to go. Long story short, these Mulready designs were largely ridiculed, partly because of the design being a bit too elaborate. So artists went ahead and created their own artwork that made fun of the design, and those became extremely popular to use at the time. But it was a short-lived concept. The issued Mulready stationery was quickly replaced by the penny pink stationery. Roland Hill realized that the Mulreadys were not going the way he intended. This totally deserves its own video, and I need to do some more reading up about it. But Robin at Mulready Philatelics also provided me with some reading material, this wonderful folder with examples of Mulreadys or the parody designs of the Mulready that I'm looking forward to exploring further. A couple other things quickly. I did go to the Royal Philatelic Society briefly for a quick tour. That was a lot of fun. Got to meet some of the members, of course the president, and really check out their new location because they have recently moved. And I also went to the British Library. It was a very busy week, but the British Library has a philatelic department with some incredible collections to check out. Anyone from the public can go check out these collections, and the curators were very kind to take me on a bit of a tour and show me some of their cool items. I'm actually editing that video right now, and it will be released shortly after this one. But it's a fun 13-minute video where I explore the British Library. I get to meet its curators and check out some of the really cool items that they have. So keep a lookout for that video, and I look forward to seeing your reactions. Anyway, I'm going to stop there for now, but do keep a lookout for any philatelic activities that are starting to happen in person. Of course, anything that I've discussed, I'll place links in the video description for you to learn more, and follow the PTS on social media. They'll be posting updates on the next Stampex in September of 22. Of course, they may be doing some other activities along the way to learn about. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching and happy exploring.